Hundreds of emergency calls for an ambulance that are not for emergencies.
Well, it's a major problem in Kansas City, and today we're learning more about where those money-wasting 911 calls are coming from. Andres Gutierrez is live outside a fire station in the Northeast with the top 3 offenders. Andres.
Mark, the ambulances with the Kansas City Fire Department from station houses like this one take more than 60,000 people to the hospital each year. But there are 3 locations in the city where the folks are going to the hospital more often than others.
With more than 30 years on the job, paramedic Mike Latka has responded to thousands of emergency calls. But he says that there are other calls, those from people who are using the fire department's ambulance services as their personal doctors.
If they called today and said, "I'm not feeling well," it could be a couple of weeks before they could get seen, maybe longer.
KSHB paramedics and EMTs responded to a whopping 636 medical calls to the City Union Mission last year.
They're calling the ambulances on their own to come pick them up so that they can have their medical needs met immediately instead of having to wait for a long period of time.
The number doesn't surprise the shelter's management. They say a lot of the calls are for common ailments such as chest pains and abnormal insulin levels. However, many of the 250 men who stay here don't have a job, so the ambulance bills go unpaid. The shelter can't do anything about that, but are working to change the men's thinking.
On the one hand, it's the only thing they've ever known. And on the second hand, we're in the process of teaching so that they don't misuse the services that are provided.
City Union Mission isn't alone. Ambulance showed up to the state-run halfway house in the West Bottoms 560 times and at the city jail 370 times, making them the top 3 places with frequent users of 911.
We don't have the option to say, no, we're not going to respond to you. We respond to everybody who calls for assistance.
The fire department says that this problem isn't new and it's costing them about $12 million a year. They say that they are working on a number of solutions. One of the solutions is working at the city jail where they have a nurse taking care of the inmates. Reporting live in Northeast Kansas City, I'm Andres Gutierrez, 41 Action News.